Yo, it's your man C. Scott. Welcome back to this week's edition of Coffee Grind. And this week we're going to be talking with Miss Princess Booker again, the first person to be on here twice. Now, after talking with her last time, I realized there was a lot of story that we didn't get a chance to talk about, as well as the microphone's messed up. So I wanted to make sure y'all got that good message from her. So we got her on here. She's got a book coming out next month, so it's the perfect time to talk about her story and what kind of led up to that. So this is going to be a three-parter. Come back Wednesday and Friday for parts 2 and 3. But there's a few things, as always, that I want you to listen out for. Number one is when you are going through things and things are issues and they become normalized and you just think it's regular normal life. Listen out to her talking about that. The other thing I want you to listen out for is when you are operating out of a traumatic mindset. That can happen a lot, especially when you're going through traumatic situations. Your mindset becomes less than healthy and you start operating out of that, and that can cause issues. And one of the other things, there's a lot of stuff in here, but one of the other things I definitely want you to listen out for is embracing the unknown. Because whenever you need to make a change, you've got to know within yourself that it's time to embrace the unknown. So those are a few of the things we touched on, a lot more things in her story of domestic violence. So definitely want you to grab yourself a notebook. As always, I got mine here with my notes. Grab yourself some good ass coffee and just listen to this story. See if you can relate to it. Maybe it's not domestic violence, maybe it's something else, but see if you can relate to it and see if you get some nuggets from it. But as always, it's time for this week's edition, Coffee Grind. Got me a latte this time. It's good. It's so good. Coffee grinder. It's good. Take 85. So, you back.
I'm back.
We got volume right this time. Okay, so the volume's right. You back.
Right. Latte's right.
Yeah, I actually got a latte this time instead of brother. It's good. Coffee grinder, y'all. I know I say it all the time, but they make some good ass coffee.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so what kind of happened is, so you are the first person to like do a almost back to back, but the first person to be on here twice, be on a Coffee Grind twice.
Really?
Yeah, you're down. Nobody else has been on twice. Now I've had people on my old show, the 3 questions, 1 tip, and then had them do Coffee Grind. Well, you're the first person to do it twice.
All right.
So this is something special, y'all. But no, I mean, since that Coffee Grind, since we recorded that, I think we've pretty much talked like at least once a week since then.
Oh yeah.
We've had conversations about, because our businesses are kind of aligned very parallel with each other. But I didn't realize like all of the stuff that you have been through. Like we were able to talk a little bit outside of, what was going on as far as, you went into a little bit of your story,
yes.
But now you've got the book coming out like next month.
Next month. Ready
it's
for
gonna
print.
be powerful. Yep, ready for print. You just got some back end stuff to do, but you've got a powerful story within that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shut the hell up right now. But whatever you want to share with us, and I'm gonna get comfortable to be able to take some notes. Whatever you want to share with us about anything with the book, about anything with some of the stuff you've been through, just whatever you want to share. Feel free.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind when I'm talking about the book is really, I have to tell you about the photo shoot.
Okay.
For the cover of the book.
Right.
So.
And we'll throw some pictures up there too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So my makeup artist, she's just awesome. My makeup artist, she went
above and beyond.
She exceeded my expectation. So much so that when she finished my makeup, I looked in the mirror and I was shocked.
Right.
I scared myself. And then when we went onto the set to do the photo shoot, I was in the restroom getting dressed. Excuse me, I was a hall.
Yeah.
And I was in there getting dressed. And I looked in the mirror, and I said to myself, I actually look like that.
Right.
You know, and I actually went outside around people
Looking like that,
as if it was normal. And it took me back to a place where I remember one day, I think my jaw was swollen. And I'm talking to my mom just like I'm talking to you right now.
Right.
And she was looking at me like, you know, and I was like, why is she looking at me like that?
Right.
You know, and so when I saw myself in the mirror at that moment, I was taken back to that moment where I was sitting down talking to my mom, and the way that the look on her face was like, what's wrong with you? How did this happen? You know?
Right.
And she never asked. She just, cause I guess I'm talking normal, so obviously she was like, what's going on? But it was very surreal. I really had a moment. You know, we all had a moment, you know, during that session, and it was the photographer himself. He was just like, wow.
Right.
You know, because the concept for the makeup, for the book, you know, the cover, was really his idea.
Right.
You know, and to have the makeup artist come in, and then she exceeded his expectations for his own vision.
Right.
You know, so we all had to have a breather moment. So.
Right. And so, like, when you sent me, so just so everybody knows, because we're kind of jumping into it, but this is during the time of domestic violence. And so when you, like, I don't know if you remember, like, you sent me, you're like, hey, I just had a photo shoot, take a look at these, you sent that to me, I was like, I don't know if you remember me saying, I was like, that's makeup, right? Because I was legit, y'all, like, who am I going to have to come after? Because I like Mr. and Miss Green would not be happy if I let this happen. My godparents would not be happy. But they did a fantastic job of recreating those moments.
Yeah.
That happened. So that actually took you back to that time and that frame. Huh?
And I was very young during that time. I was around 18, 19 years old, going through domestic violence, and on a Tina Turner scale, you know, I didn't. And
so this was really young, 18, 19, so like. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, very young.
Not even a real adult yet. You just think you're an adult, but not real. Okay.
Didn't even know how to pay rent on time. You know?
Right.
So, but I'm still trying to have a relationship and build a relationship that was very toxic, you know, and we had a child involved at that time. You know, my oldest daughter, she wasn't even 1 year old yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had her at 18. Or just turning 18 in 1998, and so around that time she was maybe about six months.
So you said something that hit me. I'm just writing it down. So you were still trying to build a relationship, but in a toxic environment, and I'm guessing, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. Not knowing at the time that it's toxic, it's kind of just like. We're just building a relationship, a life together.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be there. You know, I really didn't. And he knew it. I didn't like him at all. You know, I wanted to be free.
Okay.
You know, I was still young. You know, and we kind of just fell into a relationship.
Okay.
And he was much older than I.
Okay.
So what happened is I kind of took on that good times mentality. We got a baby. You know, and we got to stay for the baby. As a mother, I have to stay. It's not her fault that she was brought into this world and this is happening.
Yeah.
She needs to have two parents, so I'll deal with it.
Right.
That's the mindset that I had. That's what I would tell myself every day. Okay. You know, I'll deal with it. She needs to have two parents.
Okay.
You know, I grew up in a single parent household, and I know the effects and the effects of growing up in a single parent household, and I didn't want my child to suffer in that aspect. Right. You know, so and not realizing that having her grow and groom in that environment, that was worse. Right.
So a couple of key things there, but you were sticking to it and sticking with it just to try to make sure that, you know, your daughter had that two-parent household. But however, like I said, this was causing more damage than it would have been to move on. Now, let me ask you this. So how long did that kind of, because I'm trying to tread lightly here, because I don't want to I don't want to go into too much of what the book's gonna be talking about, but also, you know, we wanna know, like, just for the sake of this conversation, like, how long was that you
I
stayed?
stayed for about 3 years.
3 years, gotcha.
3 years. 3 years.
So yeah.
You know, 3 years, and it was more so that thought. I didn't want her to have to be raised without both parents in the home,
Right.
and I knew her dad loved her.
Right.
He loved her a lot.
Right.
You know, and he was a great dad.
Gotcha.
You know, he was absolutely a great dad. I can never take that away from him. He was really a good father to her. But when it came to our relationship,
Yeah.
you know, he didn't like me. So I didn't like him. He didn't like me. And we were just trying to figure out how we want to do this.
How to make it work.
Yeah.
I mean, how to make it work for
the baby.
Gotcha.
You know, and he had his own hiccups, and we would talk about them after the rage and everything like that.
Gotcha.
He had his own hiccups, and we would try to work through those. But when you're not, I'm like 18 years old, and
You don't have the life experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to help him get through whatever traumas he was experiencing, and then I'm just leaving my mom's house and hadn't really fully developed mentally, physically, emotionally, and you know, now we're creating additional dysfunctional paradigms.
Right. And that they say just people in general, when some stuff like that happens, they don't think, or you know, or they're ashamed of therapy, going to therapy and, like, you know, working that stuff out.
Exactly.
And especially, you know, if you're raised in a church, you know, you talk, you know, you know, I mean, I think God put therapists, counselors here for a reason.
Yeah.
But we're taught to pray.
Pray, and you're taught to pray it away.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that, because I just